Hi 5 Crew! What we're going to be reviewing today is multiplying and dividing decimals by powers of 10. So what we're going to do is just start with a simple problem to remember what happens when we multiply anything by power of 10. So let's try something like 36 times 100. We know that when we multiply a number by a power of 10, you just have to add on that many zeros. So 36 times 100, you add on 2 zeros, would be 3,600. Okay? This is the same thing as doing 36 times 10 to the second. The second just means that we have 10 twice. So we're really multiplying it by 10 times 10, which is 100. So 36 times 10 to the second is also 3,600. So now what we're going to do is try doing this with decimals. So let's start with an easy decimal just to begin with. We're going to start with 1.451. So 1 and 451 thousandths. And we're going to multiply this by 10. So what we do in this type of question is the same thing we did up here. We're moving everything one place value over. So this number is getting one place value bigger because 10 represents one place value. So what we're really doing here is just moving this decimal place one to the right. So this number, 1.451, would really turn into 14.51. So all I did was move the decimal place 1 to the right because I was multiplying it by 10. If I were to multiply this number by something bigger than 10, say 100, I would have to move the decimal point even more. So 100 is really 10 times 10, so that's 2 place values. So I have to move this decimal point not once, but twice. So this number, 1.451, times 100 would be 145.1. So let's try a couple division questions now. So if I have this same number, and instead of multiplying by 10, I want to divide by 10, you're just doing the opposite. So when I'm dividing something by 10, I'm going one place value lower. So what I do is I take this decimal place and I just move it 1 to the left. So 1.451 divided by 10 is 0.1451. Okay, so if we do the same number, 1.451 divided by 100, we have to move the place value twice. So we'd move that decimal point not once, but twice. This is where our decimal point would be, so we have to add one placeholder here. So the answer would be 0.01451. So we know that when we're multiplying, we move decimals to the right because it's getting bigger. And when we divide, we're moving our decimal point to the left because the number is getting smaller. Okay, so what we're going to do now is try to do decimal multiplication division with exponents. So let's try a new number. Let's try 32.72. So 32 and 72 hundredths. And we're going to multiply that by 10 to the second. So we said 10 to the second is really 10 times 10, which is 100. So all we're doing is multiplying this number by 100. So what we're going to do is move our decimal not one time, but 2 times. So our answer would be 3,272. So now let's get a little bit bigger. let's do 32.72 times, let's do 10 to the 4th. So 10 to the 4th really is 10 times 10 times 10 times 10. So what you're doing is you keep moving that decimal point one place value bigger for every 10 that you have. And in this case, we have 4 10s. So I'm going to move it 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, 4 times. So since we have these 2 blanks here, we have to add 2 zeros as placeholders. So we have 3, 2, 7, 2, and 2 zeros. So our answer is 327,200. So now let's try a couple of division questions with exponents. Let's try these same numbers. So we'll do 32.72 divided by 10 to the 3rd. So we know when we're dividing, we move our decimal point to the left because we're getting smaller. So this 3 represents 3 10s, 10 times 10 times 10. So this number is going to get 3 place values smaller. So we're going to move this decimal point 1, 2, 3 times to the left. So our answer is going to be 0.0, because we have the need for a placeholder here, 3, 2, 7, 2. All right, let's try one more. Let's do 3, 2, 7, 2.6 divided by 10 to the 5th. So what we're going to do is move our decimal point 5 to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we need a placeholder here, so I'm going to start with 0.0, 3, 2, 7, 2, 6. So remember, when you're multiplying by powers of 10, all you have to do is move your place value to the right, however many 10s you have. And if you're dividing by a power of 10, you just have to move your decimal point left, however many powers of 10 you have. Thanks for watching.